no trouble.
Time to eat me some food. We got some Trader Joe's shredded hash browns. We got some egg substitute here, and we're gonna mix that with an egg. And then we got these hash browns right here, which I threw in the microwave for a few minutes to kind of soften them up. And normally I would just throw them on a pan and cook them like that, but I think what we're going to do is, I sprayed this with some nonstick cooking spray. I think we're just going to see how this comes out. Just spread them out and throw them right in here and kind of broil them a little bit. So hopefully that comes out all right. All right, so we got those cooking up in there. We got some egg substitute in here on a very low flame. We just want to scramble these and not overcook them. So we'll just mix those around a little bit on a low flame, and then, haha, well, surprise, boom! To show you how big this pan really is, not very big. All right, so the little pan will be for 1 whole egg. All right, so these are looking golden brown and fogging up the camera lens, so let's take these out. Perfect. And we will put these on the plate. Scrambled eggs are done. Mini egg is cooking. So let's get these onto the plate. All right, we got that looking good now. Just gotta wait for this guy to finish up. All right, so we gave it a little flip. Now we just top these crunchy hash browns with this egg. All right, the only thing left we can hope for is we got that runny yolk. Oh, look at that. Runny yolk on top of some crispy, crunchy hash browns and some scrambled eggs. Now that's breakfast. What's going on, guys? Around 3 o'clock right now. Just pulled up to the gym. Looks a little bit crowded in there, but that's alright. We're going in there to hit some deadlifts, and I'm not sure what else. I might just wing it. Definitely some lower body work. As you guys know, I mentioned I'm not really on a structured program right now, and that's simply because I've just been busy with stuff. I'm going to Vegas in a few days, so once the traveling and everything is out of the way, I'll be back on a routine. But gonna go in there, do some deadlifts, maybe some front squats, maybe some stiff-legged deadlifts, maybe even some calves, but nah, likely not, because let's be honest, who trains calves? But either way, I'll try and film as much as I can, and we'll see you inside the gym.
Oh, you want the muscle in you? Yeah.
Alright, so we are starting off this training session with some deadlifts, and that guy you saw us talking to is actually the owner of this gym, Personal Fitness. His name is Ed, and he's a former competitive bodybuilder, and I have to say, it's badass having him run this gym and own the gym and always be there. Oftentimes when you sign up at a gym, you rarely even see the owner, and sometimes you don't even know who the owner is. You just swipe your key tag at the front desk and go along with your day, maybe interacting with some front desk staff or some managers. But to have the owner in the gym at all times was awesome. Someone who knows what they're talking about and understands training. So this is actually my buddy Matt, who you saw in a previous training video. I met him at the gym, and it just so happened we planned up to meet at the gym at the same time. He was training back and I was training legs, but we were both starting off with deadlifts. So we loaded up the bar with 365 and we each hit a 5x5. And I have to say, overall, I was happy with the speed of my pulls and the form on probably 2 out of 5 sets. But the majority of them, I just wasn't feeling it. I'm not sure if it's due to the lack of frequency or the time away from deadlifting, but it just wasn't there. And the same goes for these front squats here. I have 205 on the bar, and I was going to go for a few triples, but after this first set of 3, it felt like 505 on the bar. I'm not sure what it was. I don't know whether to blame it on the fact that I'm just weak. You could see how small my legs and calves are from this angle, or I was just having an off day, but needless to say, it's something I need to work on. So I dropped the weight down to 175 and just did a few sets of 5. So it could be a variety of different things. It could be my strength levels, it could be an off day, it could be muscular endurance, so I might just be getting fatigued in the muscle too quickly, but I really do have the strength to lift it, so it's something I'll be messing around with when I get back on a structured program. Possibly incorporating some higher rep squat work and some pause work, but that's something I will leave up to my knowledgeable coaches, the strength guys, when I get back from vacation. So here we go, we got some Romanian deadlifts here, focusing on loading up those hamstrings. So keeping the lower back as flat as possible and sitting the ass back rather than just rounding your upper back and leaning forward. So that's why I really like this machine here, known as the V squat. And now you can really get a look at how small my legs are. But either way, I figured I would show you a few angles of this. I only have one plate on here, and what I'm focusing on is keeping my lower back pressed tight against that pad and keeping a really tight core. When a lot of people do this exercise, they hyperextend their lower back, and you can see a huge arch, which is putting unnecessary pressure on the spine. So I went light, kept really slow negatives, and really just focused on, again, keeping that tight core and keeping my back pressed against the pad. So following that, I went out to the back of the gym and hit some dumbbell walking lunges on the turf, and I have to say these kicked my ass, and you know exactly how I feel in just a second. Ah, it sucks! But overall, I had to say I had a great training session, and you're lucky enough to get to see me train calves, which is a rare sight, so enjoy this one. But that's gonna end the commentary here, guys. Thanks as always for watching. I really appreciate the support, and at the end of this video, the last 3 to 4 minutes, you're going to see a review for a Bluetooth scale that people have been asking me about, so if you don't wanna watch that, you don't have to watch the last 3 or 4 minutes, but if you wanna stick around and hear more about that scale, definitely do so. So thanks as always for the constant support, guys. You know I appreciate every single one of you. And that's it. Enjoy the rest of the video. All right, home from the gym. Don't want to miss that anabolic window. So it's time for a protein shake. And we are going to actually try this out right here. This apple, crumble, and custard. You guys already know, links in the description with the code if you want to save yourself 10 or 15% on my protein brand protein. So I'm going to mix this up. I'll see you guys as soon as that's done. All right, so I got 1.5 scoops in there, and we'll just shake it up real quick. All right. It smells like, what does that smell like? Believe it or not, it smells like a sour green apple. It just says apple, crumble, and custard, but it smells like sour apple. Hopefully it doesn't taste like sour apple. That's actually not bad. I have to say it's not bad. It actually has a teeny bit of a green apple aftertaste. I honestly don't really know exactly how to describe what custard tastes like, but overall, I would say it's not too bad. Definitely not my favorite though. But now we pour this in here, and we blend it up. Alright, so as always, I made my famous protein. You guys already know the deal. Topped it off with some Cinnamon Toast Crunch this time. I figured the cinnamon would probably go well with the apple custard protein powder, but after tasting it again, I have to say that it's got a little bit of like a tart aftertaste, which maybe if you mix it with sugar or used that protein powder in baking recipes, it might be really good, but as a standalone protein shake, definitely not my favorite. But, oh well, I'm gonna sit here, eat this, and catch up on some YouTube videos. That's what I like to do after the gym, is kind of relax, have this or have a small meal, and watch some YouTube as I'm still kind of out of breath and tired from the gym, so it's a good time for me to relax. And after that, I usually get right back to work. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. No big deal, just sitting here in my room by myself, smelling this pumpkin spice candle, looking at my family portrait. It's actually pretty funny. The camera's using face detection because it thinks all the people in the picture are real. But I'm double checking over this list that Brittany and I put together of stuff we need to pack for Vegas, which I'm sure we'll forget a whole bunch of stuff, but what's most important is that we have cameras and camera batteries so we can get as much footage as possible for the YouTubes. But that's pretty much it. Actually, you know what? Now that this is here, a lot of people were asking me about this scale that was sent to me. I mentioned in a video a while back, and I never talked about it or anything, so I'll actually show you guys really quick about this scale. Alright, so this is the scale by VitaSigns. Like any other scale, what you do is you step on it to get your weight, and right now I'm weighing in at 185.8. It will beep, and you can see that right there is the Bluetooth. So what it's going to do is link with this VitaSigns app right here that you get from the App Store for free, and it will calculate your weight. So you create a little profile, and it just said, do you want to match the unknown data? That's because I just weighed myself at 158.8 at 7:39 p.m. So you can claim it, whatever you want to do, but essentially it has your weight and it tracks trends over time. So you can do it bi-weekly, bi-monthly. So if you set it up for a month, you can look at all your weigh-ins day after day. And the cool part about it, I actually think is pretty cool, is that you can go here and you can look at your daily weigh-ins. And I put a note in here. I noticed I was 186.2. I weighed myself at 1:30 in the morning after going out one night. And then you can write a comment why you had a high weigh-in. I had a late night out down port. So it was also 1:30 in the morning, but that was just to show an example of how your weight can fluctuate over time. So it's a pretty neat little app where you can create different users and it will link up with the Bluetooth. And the blood pressure here, that's for a different device. So they have a scale and then they have a blood pressure monitor that links up as well, which I don't have. But overall, I think it's actually pretty cool. You have the ability to share your stats through your email, Facebook, and Twitter. And again, just a pretty cool way to kind of monitor your weight instead of using pen and paper. Although the body fat estimates are very off, I don't pay attention to body fat and BMI at all. It's just a very simple way to track your weight. And you can also go ahead and enter your profile, I believe. How do we do that? And you can change your units of measure to kilograms, height in meters, and also on the scale on the back there's a button so you can change it to stones, kilograms, and pounds. So it's pretty neat if you're into the technology side of things. So for all you techies out there, you might really enjoy this. You can go ahead and set different goals for yourself. You can enter your weight manually in case you forgot to enter it or whatever the case is, but either way, pretty cool. Alright, so a lot of people have been asking for my review and my thoughts on that scale ever since I unboxed it a while back. And while I must first say there's nothing wrong with your generic pen and paper or the Notes app on your iPhone if you like to keep it simple, but for you tech people who like the smartphone apps, or maybe someone who's weighing themselves every single day, the idea behind it is cool since you'll always have your weigh-ins on your phone. You can link them up between different devices. You can write comments and look back on different trends and see comments on why your weight was high one day, why your weight was low. So if you're into that whole smartphone app kind of thing, I think the scale's really cool. The price, not really cool. I believe it retails for like $179, which I did not pay for it, nor would I pay for it. It was sent to me, and they offered me a discount code and all of this stuff, which I obviously haven't promoted. You guys haven't seen it yet. I haven't posted anything about it. I'll leave it in the description box below, but I think it gets you the scale for $79, and I'm sure there are other scales out there that are a bit cheaper that can do the same thing, and your $10 scale from Walmart can weigh you just as well, and you can just write down your weight on paper. But if you're someone who likes all this technology and smartphone stuff, it might be cool for you. But that's pretty much it. Thanks as always for watching, guys. You know I truly appreciate the support. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. And until next time, see you guys in the next video, and hopefully see you guys in Vegas.